Good evening. Welcome to our 30th Circle of Celebration and our very first Cyber Circle of Celebration. This is also known tonight as the Amy and Andy Show. I'm Amy Gilligan and I have a co-host tonight.
I am Andy Schrader. We are the A-Team coming to you tonight from the Wahlert Catholic Library. So we have maintained a safe distance here along with the few people that we have in the production crew tonight, but we'll make sure that we...
Yeah, we kind of have that morning anchor thing going here, and I like to keep Andy at 6 feet away at all times anyway, so it works out for me. But we're glad to have you joining us, and I hope you're all safe and comfy at home with your loved ones gathered around, and pull up a cold drink just like you would if we were down at the Grand River Center, because we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to raise some money for great causes, and maybe you'll go home with something fabulous. So there might be a little bit of lag time here in the video. You've probably been on some video calls this week, I'm going to guess, so you know the drill. But if you experience that, just bear with us. It'll catch up. Streaming you have to be a little patient with the streaming. And if you're viewing this through YouTube directly, you can log into your Google account, and then you can chat with us on the side. So we're hoping to have this be an interactive night. There'll be several opportunities for interaction here.
Yes, there will be. Before we get rolling, we do want to take some time to acknowledge our platinum sponsors. We have 4 of them for tonight's event. They are Dupaco Community Credit Union, Kunkel & Associates, Stackstone Wealth, and Steel Capital Management. We want to, again, in addition to thanking those 4 platinum sponsors, we will have many sponsors throughout the night that we will acknowledge, and also want to thank you in advance for your support. We know that the auction items have been up for a few days, and people have started to kind of get into the groove of getting things going here. And
the bidding's underway.
You got it. We certainly don't want it to slow down, and hopefully over the next hour that we're together, we'll pick up some momentum.
Yeah, all the chance boards and the auction items can be viewed right now. We're going to put up the website that you can go there, and that'll be on your screen. So there you can find the links to the auction, the chance boards, and the quick cash raffle. For auction items and to donate to fund a cause, you'll be walked through setting up a BidPal account, and there you can set up your max bids and let BidPal do the bidding for you. And you can also call the advancement office. So that number is also on your screen here, and you can just call them and make a donation directly, or you can set a max bid on an auction item and they can do your bidding for you.
Well, tonight, obviously, is always a special night for Circle of Celebration. As Amy mentioned earlier, this is the 30th annual, and the advancement staff has been working diligently along with several different committees to prepare for this event, and certainly the original plans didn't call for us to be here, just the 2 of us in the library, but that's the circumstances that we're under, and we don't think that will in any way diminish what we have going on here tonight. So all of the funds that are raised tonight through this event will go directly to the Student Impact Fund and Fund a Cause, which we will do later in the night, and we'll share with them a little bit about that. We'll actually have the opportunity to impact the wonderful faculty and staff that are here as a part of Holy Family Catholic School. So anything that you can do throughout the night to help will be greatly appreciated. We have, as Amy mentioned earlier, various ways to get involved, whether it be in the Fund a Cause, the quick cash raffle, which I don't know if you realize this, but in less than an hour, we're going to be giving away $20,000. So certainly, hopefully you'll be sitting down when we call your name and you don't pass out. But then also there will be opportunities both tonight and kind of continuing on to do the chance boards, to do the silent auction items as well. So we will encourage you to participate as you feel is appropriate. Again, these are kind of interesting times for everybody, but we hope that you will be able to find it in your heart to help us out where you can. One of the interesting things, Amy, and I know you and I have talked a little bit about this, we've seen a lot, seniors in high school right now kind of feel like this is a challenging situation for them, because these are kind of the pinnacle of what they've worked
it's heartbreaking.
4 years for, and prom is right around the corner, graduation right around the corner, and they should be spending all this time with their friends, and instead they're locked up in home and obviously texting and doing now Zoom and that sort of stuff. But we do have the opportunity to hear tonight from one special senior. That would be the student body president, who has prepared a video for you all to enjoy. Normally she would have the opportunity to get up in front of hundreds and hundreds of people at the Grand River Center, but tonight we're going to bring you via video Student Body President and Wahlert Catholic Senior Ashley Steele.
Hello everybody. My name is Ashley Steele and I am the class of 2020 Student Body President. When I started to think about my speech for Circle of Celebration, I never thought I would give my speech in the midst of a global pandemic. These last few weeks certainly have been some of the most interesting of my life. I think that this time has proven to me that school is not just where I learn. Wahlert is where I see my friends, cheer on my classmates at games, and most importantly, where I grew up. I have realized that my school is not only the place where I frequently visit, but a community of people that constantly support me as a student. The online communication that my teachers have extended is a clear example of why I love being a student at Wahlert. Our teachers care about students' well-being in and outside of the classroom. I have learned about countless topics throughout my education, everything from anatomy to journalism to U.S. history, but most importantly, I have learned about my faith. Holy Family has taught me to lean on my faith during the hard times, but also during the good times. I see my faith in God reflected within my peers and teachers as they act with grace during times of uncertainty. Now is the time when one's faith would be tested, but personally mine is stronger than ever. I can rely on both God and my community for support. This legacy of strong and faith-filled students has been a quality of Holy Family for generations. Not only have my teachers throughout my life been my role models, but also graduates who have come before me. As graduation quickly approaches, I'm eager to see what my future holds with the experiences Holy Family has given to me. I am proud and blessed to say I grew up in the Holy Family community, and I hope to someday make my teachers and family proud. On behalf of the students at Holy Family, I want to thank you for your constant support. You are making an impact.
So all week I've been doing these calls and I'm like, they don't know what we're wearing. We're sitting here at these tables. How are they ever going to know? We can just wear whatever we want.
This is the first time in 3 weeks that I've worn a shirt with buttons.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, we're live.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Ashley, for sharing your story with us. And again, we want to acknowledge all of those seniors tonight who are still, like many of us, are dealing with a lot of uncertainty right now. So we certainly hope that you will have the opportunity to finish your senior year the way that you all plan to finish it when the school year began in August.
Yeah, Ashley, I can tell you are already making your parents and your teachers proud. So good for you, girl.
We want to acknowledge a few more of our sponsors tonight. So at this time, we want to thank and recognize our gold sponsors. They are Cunningham and Butler, Honkamp Kruger, Midwest One Bank, Naylor Bag and Supply, Ports and Construction, and Tyson's. We also want to acknowledge our silver sponsors. And our silver sponsors for tonight's event are A.Y. McDonald Manufacturing, Dubuque Bank and Trust, Dewar and Helsher Orthodontics, Fidelity Bank and Trust, the Molo Companies, Spawn and Rose Lumber.
Your mic fell, buddy. There you go. So let's see.
All right, this is exciting stuff.
We've got
Live
them all,
TV.
I think. That's everybody.
Let's try this again. Our silver sponsors, now that you can hear me, are A.Y. McDonald Manufacturing, Dubuque Bank and Trust, Dewar and Helsher Orthodontics, Fidelity Bank and Trust, the Molo Companies, and Spawn and Rose Lumber. Thanks again to all of our gold and silver sponsors.
Okay, we're going to start with Fund a Cause, and you know this part of the evening well from when we've done it live at the Grand River Center. It'll have a little different feel tonight, but we're really hopeful that it can be just as exciting and really build some momentum here. You'll remember that last year we started what would be a 3-year initiative to support the Holy Family faculty and staff, salary and benefits. And I think our goal this year, last year we raised $275,000. It was incredible. So our goal this year is $200,000, and we're going to need all of you to help. So I think that if there was ever a time where parents had a true appreciation for what our teachers are deal with every day and are going through, we appreciate them more than ever this week. So how's homeschooling been at your house?
That is absolutely certain. So my wife and I were actually chatting about this afternoon. That wow, we probably have taken for granted what teachers actually go through, and having 2 kids on Zoom meetings and doing all this stuff and trying to keep everything organized, and we're trying to work and they're trying to do work.
Yeah.
It really has been something. Speaking of Zoom, and I know that Zoom is something that many people didn't know about a couple weeks ago and are now starting to kind of get in the groove. I use Zoom regularly for work with conference calls, and having kids in the background, I start to see the floating heads over my shoulder because they were kind of curious about what's going on. Now that they're Zooming, I actually had the opportunity yesterday to pay back. One of my children, Charlie, was Zooming with Miss Schmidt and his 5th grade class at St. Comic Hills, and I just decided to do a little Zoom bomb on him, and he shooed me away. So it's payback. It's part of the process, but we certainly appreciate what the teachers have been able to do. And when you think about it, their lesson plans kind of got thrown out the window just like everybody else's as this thing kind of hit, and it unprecedented time, but they're making the most of it, and the kids are continuing to learn.
Right, they've been able to be very agile, and it's really a credit to the system and the technology that we already had in place, so that they were able to pivot and just keep moving forward. That's been an incredible thing. So this year the money raised will support the enhancements to the staff and faculty benefit plan. So before we get to the raising money, we're gonna watch a video, and if you remember this from last year, it's a pretty inspiring video, and pulled out 3. There are so many faculty members and staffers that you could point to, and they've done a great job again with highlighting 3 of them. So we'll watch the video.
Thank you everyone for joining us for Circle of Celebration. Tonight we are in our 2nd year of a 3-year initiative to compensate our people. They are tremendous individuals that have given themselves to Christ and given themselves to our kids. When we give this evening, we're giving from our hearts, knowing that any money received tonight is going right to them to ensure that their salaries and their benefits are competitive with the surrounding area, and that they can feel good about raising their family within our community. Tonight we're going to share the story of 3 outstanding teachers. I'm sure you'll enjoy their stories.
I don't think Jake views this as a job. This is his vocation. This is where he's meant to be. This is what he's meant to do. He's the perfect fit for this age. He meets where they need to be.
He starts off with these kids in 5th grade, many who have never picked up an instrument before. They start off playing hot cross buns at the first concert.
He has to be very patient. I did a lot of squeaking my first 2 years, and then we got into more complex stuff. You could play one note and then switch to another note, so it makes like a ba-dum sound. I'm not really explaining this very well, but it's really fun.
You get 60 or 70 band members in a band room all at once. When he raises his hands, he has their total attention.
He tells you like when to be quiet, like he'll like go down, or when to be loud, he'll like go up. When to play faster, he'll like go faster, I've picked up new instruments and I've tried new things. I've become more of a versatile musician because of him, and a better all-around really person. We say the musician's prayer about like worship God, so like how they want to like do better for God. It's fun to play, along with you have a good director that understands you. When you go into the band room, you don't have to like hide anything. You can just feel like, like free.
My kids just love band and they love music, and I'm sure a lot of that has to do with him and the positivity that he's made for our kids in music.
Thank you, Mr. Tebby.
Quietly and without a whole lot of thought, Tim is the guy that will always step up. I think the storybook, Where's Waldo? I don't care where you're at, Tim Ehrman comes out of the weeds. He's not been in the business terribly long. I think he's in his 6th or 7th year.
He's not an old stuffy banker like me per se. He's a younger guy, and the kids appreciate his youthful approach.
He comes to every sporting event I've seen him at. Like, I've seen him at every single sporting event. He's even come to cross-country events, and I run that, and no one comes to cross-country. And he comes and supports.
He loves being around the kids. He likes to see them having fun, moments that he remembers that were so impactful for him in school that he wants that for the kids that he's teaching.
He stands outside his classroom every day and high-fives every student who walks through his classroom and just says, good morning, good afternoon.
Living by example, every time I've seen him with a cross around his neck. I walk into his room, I see his 4 favorite Bible quotes on the wall.
He explained every quote, why specific things were up and how important they are in his life. He always tells us how much he talked to God and how much he prayed about stuff in his life.
He comes from the perspective of a late teen or an early 20, what life is like living, because he himself is trying to make ends meet, and he's just passing on the information that he's picked up over time.
That aspect is really important to our kids today. He really wants to make these kids' experience here something that they appreciate.
He sees Wallert as part of his family, and we're blessed to have him as part of the Holy Family. Thank you, Ms. Ehrman.
Laura is a rock star. When I watch her teach, I want to be that child in her classroom because it's so interesting and exciting. She makes learning so fun.
She teaches us a lot, math and also art and music. She teaches us about Jesus in Lent. He was in the desert for 40 days.
She lets us do projects. We sometimes sing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P.
She's teaching them how to read, how to be responsible citizens, teaching them that God loves them and they should love each other. To see the class and how she respects them and wants to hear them and wants to give them that voice.
In her classroom, each child gets to take a turn being the big banana. Each child really glows when it's their turn.
I brought my mom and dad to my big banana time, and they read one of my favorite books, a dinosaur book.
I brought Go Ducks Go, and then we showed them our pictures on Friday and our toys.
For Laura and most of the teachers in the Holy Family system, this is their calling. It's a calling from God that this is where they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do.
Laura could do anything. She's so creative, she's such a hard worker, and she chooses to be with our kids.
I just think that Laura is amazing, and I think every child should get to have Laura Ripley as their teacher.
Thank you, Mrs. Ripley. I love you.
Just want to start off, first of all, by thanking all the teachers and the faculty of the Holy Family School System. Without you, Maureen and I wouldn't have met each other and grown up together with our faith. Our kids would not have done the same. So thank you very much. The hard work, the dedication, and the perseverance you had to help us grow into the adults we are.
We would like to thank everyone that is here. You've already shown so much support for our teachers and staff. It's so important, the part they're playing in our children's lives, that we want to make sure we can do everything we can to support them. So please, anything you can do to help support our teachers and staff would be greatly appreciated.
Hey, we did a good job last year. I think we can do it again. Thank you.
I told you that was going to be inspiring. I bet those little kindergartners are really missing their teacher.
I'm
you know?
pretty sure they are. I feel like they just stole the show. So I thought we were a pretty big deal being, YouTube sensations here, and then the kindergartners from St. Anthony's come on, and they definitely stole the show. That's for sure. So this is a fun thing, and this is the unfortunate part for me. One of my favorite parts about being down at the Grand River Center and being a part of Circle is fun to cause. We watch this video, we get really amped up, and I know that you're all amped up right now, but then we put a big heart on the big screens, and as donations start to come in, that heart starts to fill up and starts to fill up and starts to fill up. And unfortunately, we're not going to have the big heart tonight because we're not down at the Grand River Center, but we want to continue to get this momentum going. We want to be able to fill it up, and I understand there might be a thermometer that we'll be able to try to gauge as donations come in here in the next several minutes.
Yeah, hopefully we can give people some feedback on how things are going. But yeah, you can visualize that big heart because there's an opportunity here tonight. So let's think about all the money you didn't have to spend. That you didn't have to spend money on the pre-game drinking, and you didn't have to buy a new dress to wear and shoes and getting your hair done, and all that money you saved, that should go to Fund a Cause right now.
Babysitters,
Yeah.
Ubers. I mean,
Yeah.
having this event at home tonight.
Buying drinks for other people when you're down there.
Exactly.
you know.
I'm actually thinking about, later on in the show, we're going to draw this $20,000 winner. And that person is probably going to take home more than most people have in the past because, the winners in the past, I think it's just kind of a ritual that if you win the grand prize, you just have to buy everybody in the entire place a drink. And, at 400 or 500 people, that can be a pretty expensive bar bill.
Yeah,
So,
really.
But yeah, it is kind of, again, it's a unique situation, but we hope each of you have been inspired. My daughter is a student of Mr. Tebby's there, and we were talking earlier about the fact that one of the things that the students are missing right now is the opportunity to perform in their spring musicals and those sorts of things, and the impact that it has on the students. But certainly the teachers that are involved as well are probably heartbroken because they've put their passion and their heart behind some of these events and sports and those sorts of things. Coaches are obviously feeling it right now too. So this is an opportunity for us. It really is, as you mentioned, an opportunity for us to show the love and to fill up kind of that virtual heart, to be able to let those faculty and staff know how much we appreciate them. We talked again earlier about, we know now what it's like to be a teacher, whether we wanted to be or not. The circumstances have kind of forced us to do that, and I'll tell you.
In addition to
something.
just having to interact with the kids and the stuff that's kind of been driving parents crazy all week, as these examples in the video showed, these are teachers that are just, it's a calling, and they are teaching their faith, they're living their faith, and they really need our support. And this is our opportunity to show them that. So Andy, you went to school here, and I'm sure there are teachers that are still here that you had back in the day.
There are, yes, there are. And the fun thing for me is we just registered our daughter about a month and a half ago, I think. She'll be a freshman at Wahlert next year. And to be able to walk into this building and see some of the teachers here that will be teaching her next year that I had as a teacher, it brought a smile to my face because it took me back to a place where I just remembered the relationship that I was able to forge with those teachers and still, interact with them, obviously, in a situation like this in registration, but just seeing them out in the community. It brings a smile to my face every time because they took me under their wings at a time where I didn't know anything about anything, and they turned me into somebody and prepared me really to go out of this place a better person than what I came in. And I think that's what this is all about. I mean, that's why we made the investment to send our kids, here to Holy Family Catholic Schools to be able to learn, reading and writing and all that stuff. But I think, as you alluded to earlier, the faith aspect is such a significant part of it too. And to be able to have teachers that can talk about those sorts of things and really have the passion to go beyond just the numbers and those sorts of things, to be able to teach what it is to be a good human, to be a Catholic, is a pretty significant part of the environment that we have here.
Well, it's been more than 35 years since I was kicking around these hallways, but there are still several teachers here that I had, including Sandy Gall, who was my first journalism teacher and introduced me to journalism and let me write a column, and it shaped my future.
I was going to say, that turned out pretty okay for you, huh?
She was onto something. And Barb Ressler, who had loves writing and still tells stories about things that I wrote that touched her. And now she's taught all my kids, and it's quite a legacy that we have going here. So
special people, that's for sure.
Yep, definitely. So we should probably check in. I want to get an idea how we're doing and talk about.
Holy cow! Look at that.
Ooh, all right. Well, we're getting there. We're making some progress.
That's
Andy,
been a very productive few minutes here, and certainly that puts us part of the way there. But as Amy said, we're looking to try to secure $200,000 for our Fund a Cause initiative this year. And I believe, Amy, people will have obviously the opportunity while we're doing the live broadcast here, but that will go beyond this time as well, correct?
That's right. So in BidPal, on your mobile device, you can click on Fund a Cause and select the amount that you want to give. We can see it rolling up already. Our numbers are starting to grow here, and you can enter. You can customize your amount. You can give whatever number you want. Well, the one year we had somebody accidentally put in a few extra digits, but that's okay. Sometimes those are happy accidents. And you can also call the advancement office. That number number. I'll give you that again. It's 563, and it's 582-5456, and then you hit extension 254, and you can make a pledge that way over the phone.
And as they say in the telethon world, operators are standing by.
Yes, exactly. So we're about ready to draw some money.
I think we are ready to make somebody very, very, very happy. And in times like this, people are looking to be happy. So we certainly want to thank everybody that's made the donations so far to fund the cause. And again, you'll have the opportunity to do that throughout the night and over the next couple days. So we certainly are hoping to get that $200,000, but we've done nothing but ask for money to this point. I think it's time to give some away. So leading up to this, we had 4 drawings. We did an $8,000 winner, a $6,000 winner, a $4,000 winner, a $2,000 winner. And Amy is pulling out the 5th and final winner, the grand prize drawing for $20,000. Let's see who we have to get excited about tonight. Again, hope you're sitting down for this.
Phil Borman.
Phil Borman?
Wait. I'm sorry, my bad. Amy Bruner.
Amy Bruner. I hope you're celebrating and you can pop some champagne or something. You have just won $20,000.
Holy cow, she's awesome. Yeah, her daughter went on a service trip with my son and some other kids summer before last, I guess it was, and her daughter was on it. She's a great girl.
Excellent.
And a couple girls in the Holy Family system, and how exciting. Her dad's a deacon, and that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Happy parents tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll say.
So obviously, as you can see by our drum here, which is very full, we had 1 winner and a whole lot of almost winners. But that doesn't mean that there are no more opportunities to win, because there certainly are. And so I want to take some time, I think, to talk to people about the Chance Board. The Chance Board is something that we've been doing the last couple years as part of the Circle of Celebration. And again, kind of as we were able to pivot this year with some things, we added some additional things to the Chance Boards, because we had some live auction items that, it's really hard to do a live auction when it's just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
We could outbid each other on everything, but
Right.
But we're going to do some Chance Boards. And so the way that the Chance Boards are going to work, similar to the Quick Cash Raffle here, there will be opportunities. They will be $100 raffle tickets. However, instead of a giant drum, we have a much more reduced number of chances. So your odds at winning are far greater than what Miss Bruner just won here.
Look at all those.
In the $20,000.
Yeah. Picture a bucket with 50 tickets in it and pulling one out. So that's what we'll be doing for Chance Boards.
So let's run through the Chance Boards and kind of how it's going to work and what people will have the opportunity to purchase chances to win.
Yeah, so there, as a reminder to buy your chances, visit the link on your screen, and now, or you can, if you're in BidPal right now, there's a link there. So one of the first Chance Boards we want to talk about is a tuition credit. All of us could use that.
Absolutely.
So $3,375 is the number that we arrived at, and that's because that is what the rate is next year for an elementary school student. So, of course, it can be applied whether you have a high school student, a middle schooler, but that's what you would be bidding on there. So
I think most people watching tonight would benefit from that very price.
Exactly.
So if I can spend $100 and pay for my students' tuition for a year,
Wouldn't
that's
that
a
be
pretty
something?
good investment,
Mhm.
right? Another exciting thing that we have is a Peloton bike package, which will include a 1-year subscription with classes, as well as a $250 gift card for accessories. And this prize was brought to us by the Clower family, so we thank them for that. Again, this is an opportunity. We will only sell 100 chances. So $100, you have a 1 in 100 chance to win the Peloton bike here.
And you can be like that guy in the commercial and give it to your wife, and she'll be all,
Well, I tell you what, speaking of that, my wife and I actually decided to buy a chance. So there are less than 100 chances left. There are 99, probably even less than that. I feel like that's going to be a really popular package. So get in there and bid right away, or take your raffle right away, because once we get to that 100th raffle ticket, we will disable that from the site. So we will not be able to sell 101 chances, even though there are probably some
Right.
people out there wanting to give us that $100. These are intentionally limited. We have a few that are going to be only a 1 in 100 chance, and then we also have some, which we'll talk about here in a minute, at 1 in 50. But let's talk about some of the other chance board raffles that we have.
I think this is a great time. Everyone is at home and thinking about, where am I going to go on my next vacation?
When they can finally get out of their house, right?
We are all planning to go somewhere. Well, for a lot of us, that might be a Disney vacation. And this particular package includes 10 one-day park hopper tickets plus a $2,000 Disney gift card. And this was donated by the Friends of OLG and Disney World Volunteer Program. Now, this you can use this through 2021. So no matter how long, if this stretches out longer than we think, or we have a relapse or something, know that this vacation, it'll be there when you need it next year.
Disney won't go away forever. We know that eventually Disney will
It'll
come back, and
be back.
we'll have the opportunity to cash in on that winning.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
So the next item that we have is a custom suit from Graham's Style Store for Men. Ben and Katie. Katie was actually a classmate of mine here at Waller.
Oh, was she?
Yes, she was. But they have graciously donated a custom suit. So if you've ever wanted a custom suit, now is your opportunity. You're never going to get a better price on a custom suit than right now with a $100 chance. And again, in this situation, we've got only 50 chances to win. So even greater odds of winning. But if you have the opportunity to jump on and buy one of those chances, Ben and Katie will get you all fitted up and make you look dapper.
Yeah, and I'm sure that could be for men or women.
Absolutely.
My blazer I'm wearing tonight was a gift from my husband that Katie and Ben helped him pick out. And it's herringbone. Now, Andy, I'm a little older than you, so when I was at Waller High School, we wore skirts that were herringbone, just like this. So
awesome.
It's kind of special to me. I'm kind of fond, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Next up, we have a $2,000 gift card to Home Plus Floor Show for new furniture, flooring, cabinets, whatever you want to use it on. You know how much they have there. Dick Gregory is going to set you up. So thank you to Dick and the Home Plus Floor Show for this donation. So think how hard our kids are going to be on the furniture.
I was literally just going through my head. It's like, the couch looked great until you wore it out over the last month here or so.
A new fresh couch would be really
with
nice.
Cushions that are a little fluffier than the ones that we're currently dealing with. So, well, another exciting package, and we've all been stressed out over the last few weeks here. I can't think of a better way to relieve that stress than with a relaxation massage here. So Body and Soul and Scott and Julia Tyson have put this package together for us. It's a 60-minute Swedish massage each month for a year right here at Body and Soul. So again, a $100 chance. $100 for one massage is a great deal. The fact that you get 12 massages is mind-blowing to me. So
well, and it's pretty telling of our times, because I heard someone say this is the one that's selling the fastest. Those tickets are going
yes.
quick. Everyone's going, massage, count me in. I'll throw in for that.
You bet.
And that was just 1 in 50, right?
That was 1 in
so
50,
you're pretty,
yes.
Pretty good odds there. Okay, I got another vacation.
Okay.
How about Hawaii?
Where are we going next?
Hawaii.
Holy cow.
Have you ever been?
I have been. Maui, it's an incredible place.
Lucky. Well, I haven't, so I probably need to bid. So this is 1 in 50 also, so that's pretty good. I like those odds.
Great odds.
So this vacation, you can choose your time frame, and you have a choice between 2 different resorts, because you want to choose your own resort when you're talking Hawaii. And this one, we have to thank John and Caroline Mokler for this donation, which is really nice. So the dates are in September and October, and it depends on the resort. So I think that'd be a wonderful time to go to Hawaii.
7 days in Hawaii sounds great. Actually, 1 or 2 days in Hawaii sounds great. But to be there for a whole week, certainly worth it. So again, if you're looking for opportunities to get those chances on the chance boards, go ahead and visit the website, holyfamilybbq.org/cybercircle. Or again, you can call us here. We have the advancement staff is all here tonight in various places. Again, safely spread out, but answering the phone. So should you choose to purchase a chance for the chance raffle, you can call 563-582-5456, extension 254.
And the good news, Andy, is if you wake up tomorrow morning and you're having remorse that you didn't bid on more things, go check it out because the chance boards will still be open till noon if there are tickets available.
Right.
So you
Dream
may
about
be able
Hawaii
to say,
tonight, purchase a chance
if
to go to Hawaii
yes,
tomorrow, right?
If you have a vision, if you wake up and you know, see the children, you know, on the couch again, you might want to rethink, you know, do I need to put in another ticket for the floor show here?
Right.
And so, yeah, it's noon tomorrow is the deadline, and then 1 o'clock, planning to do a Facebook Live drawing.
All right, excellent. So that will be, the Facebook Live drawing will be on Holy Family's official Facebook page.
Right.
So we know that many of you have liked and followed that page and get regular updates. So we'll do that drawing tomorrow, but we actually want you to take a second, if you're able to, and go there right now. So as we said, we want to try to get some interaction going on here. It's just so weird that there are not more people here, and we're not high-fiving and, you know, chest bumping and fist bumping or whatever. But we want to see what everyone's having for dinner. As you know, we're past the 5:30 hour here now, and people are kind of settling in for dinner. You know, whether it be a Tombstone frozen pizza, or you've decided to do what many of us have been doing and our friends are doing, and that is to continue to support the local restaurants here in town by getting your curbside pickup. Take pictures, share with us on Facebook, and tag the Circle of Celebration. We want to see what it is you're having for dinner, who you're having it with, in the safety of your own home. And we have been told that we will be able to pick a lucky winner to receive a special prize.
Yeah,
So
there's something good out there.
I believe so. We have many of those local restaurants have supported us in events like this, and actually some of the restaurants have provided us generously items that are available for the silent auction. So we certainly encourage you to support them tonight in this endeavor, but you know, certainly as we get through these next few weeks here of you know, coronavirus and staying at home and staying safe.
Yeah. You know, when you said that about being at the Grand River Center and getting to see everybody, made me think about in the video that we just watched, Jeff Vossen popping up, because you really can't have a fundraiser anywhere without Vossen.
It's just the two of us, and he's still found a way to crash the party.
What do you know? Is he? He's probably around here somewhere. So yeah, if let's see, what are we on to next?
So we're going to talk about the fact that normally this is the point in time where Dick Gregory and Gary Dolphin probably and Loris Bliley would be on stage and peddling off all these live auction items. However, again, as we mentioned before, it's really hard to do a live auction with not a whole lot of people being live here.
We can't do it in the traditional way, but we still want to go through these and make sure you know what wonderful items that we have out there. So, and what are we calling it now? This is the
Lively Silent auction.
The Lively Silent. Okay. So, you want to talk about BidPal again?
Sure.
Just make sure we
and so
these clear.
again, the opportunity to participate in this auction will be done through BidPal. So many of you have been able to get into the app, whether you doing it on your phone or doing it here by visiting the website, theholyfamilydbq.org/cybercircle. If you go to the auction items, you'll be able to see not just the silent auction items, but the lively silent auction items, and those are the ones that we're going to take a couple minutes here to talk about. And so the nice thing is you can set your max bid and kind of forget it. So you don't have to be, you know, kind of that person that jumps in at the last second on eBay and is trying to, you know, get your last second bid in there.
Or if you don't want to do it that way, you'll get a ding on your phone if you've been outbid, so you can go back and
visit it and get back into it. So
yeah, it's high tech.
Lots of opportunities. But let's talk about some of the lively silent auction items that you will be bidding on. The first one gets me thinking about summer as I look at that beautiful cut of meat there and the steaks that we know will be able to go out and grill here soon enough, I think. But the first item up is the organic side of beef, and that's donated by Twin Hollow Organic Dairy and Jay and Paula Richard. You can customize your cuts to your preference, and processing will be done at the end of May, just in time for the summer grilling season.
Wow, delivered to your home. How nice. That's great. So the next thing I have is Frozen tickets to Frozen on Broadway in Chicago for 8 people. So these seats are in the third row of Orchestra Center. So these are going to be incredible seats. And the package also includes hotel rooms plus a $500 Visa gift card. So this was donated by the Friends of the Arts. So we thank them for this package. Now, Andy, I understand you have seen Frozen.
I have. My wife and I had the opportunity to see the original Broadway cast in New York a couple years ago.
Is it the same music as in the movie? Or?
It is the same music as in the movie. It is, it really is incredible. So for those of you out there that have seen The Lion King and the way that they were able to kind of make the animals come to life, so many of the things that happen in the movie with Olaf and the snowman coming to life, but I mean, it truly was breathtaking, and I felt, like a little kid when I was there, because all the kids, you get the oohs and the ahs, and everything was magical, but it certainly was for my wife and I too. So don't just buy this package thinking, oh, I want to take my daughter or grandkids or whatever. Adults will very much enjoy this show, but it is, the special effects are just really incredible, making it look like the stage actually is frozen at various points.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was in Chicago, but hey, a weekend in Chicago, I'm in whatever we're seeing.
It'll be there all summer long, so certainly take the trip a couple hours away to see what is an incredible show. The next item we have is a pretty unique item, and that is dinner for 8 people with Archbishop Jackels. I have the opportunity in the line of work I do in fundraising to work with Archbishop, and he is quite a guy. So if you've never had an opportunity, you'll laugh and laugh and laugh until you cry.
He's a storyteller.
He's got a lot of great stories. He's got a great sense of humor, and he likes to eat mostly vegetables, but we'll do more than celery and carrots, and we'll have a great time.
Oh, that's great. Next up, I have Fighting Irish versus Stanford football tickets. There are 4 seats, and the game is October 10th and at Notre Dame Stadium. And so we have to thank the Notre Dame Club of Dubuque, sponsored by Mark and Julie Herman. So go Irish.
Go Irish. Go sports at this point. There are a lot of people that are kind of going through withdrawal from
football season
from
be
not
fun?
having sports. Myself, I'm a big sports fan, and my next door neighbor, we talk a lot of sports, and there's an older gentleman who lives across the street, and he's also talking to us always about how the Cubs are doing and how the Hawks are doing. And I ran into him as I was taking my garbage out a couple weeks ago, and he said, I don't think this thing's going to be over for a while and we're going to miss sports. How would you feel about joining a book club? And none of us are really big readers, but that's kind of what we've come to at this point.
And so you got to find some sports books.
And that was exactly what he suggested. Let's find some sports books that we can get our fix and kind of talk about. So hopefully sports will return, and certainly by the fall we hope to be, at the Golden Dome and cheering on Notre Dame as they take on Stanford. So make sure that you bid on that. We have another exciting item up here, and that comes from our friends at Romberg Fur and Leather Gallery. This is really some unique pieces. We have a knitted blue snow top Rex Rabbit vest with headband to go with it, and I'm sure if you're looking for the opportunity to own something special, this is your opportunity to get in and look stylish in the process.
That's the thing about things from Romberg. They really are special. That's a lifetime piece. Someone is going to be very happy with that. My necklace is from Romberg. They're something you will always have. So that would be a very cool thing to be bidding on. Next up, Nashville. You've been there?
Oh, I have been to Nashville. Lots of good memories. Some things I maybe don't remember about Nashville, but certainly a fun place to visit. Robert's Western World is among my favorite places to go there. They have a Prohibition special, which is a PBR and a fried bologna sandwich. So if you're looking for quite a delicacy, that would be it.
So this is a 3-night stay in downtown Nashville in a fully renovated condo, and it's just a few blocks from the honky tonks of Broadway. And the thanks for this goes out to Scott and Natalie Schramm and Dustin and Jennifer Modernock. So yeah, we've been to Nashville a couple of times too, and it's always fun.
There's never a bad time to go to Nashville, but again, this is one of those situations where I think people, as they're sitting at home and can't go out and do things, are going to be so looking forward to doing something, going somewhere.
And the opportunity to see live music, that'd be great timing to go enjoy Nashville.
Yes, go and enjoy Nashville. Well, the next lively silent auction item that we have comes to us from the Deary Brothers of Dubuque, and that is an outing for a group of 10 at the Dubuque Shooting Society. You'll have an opportunity to shoot some guns on the range, and we'll follow that up with a cocktail hour and steak dinner. You can stick around the building afterwards and play some pool or cards and just socialize. But it is a neat place. I don't know if you've ever been there, Amy, but it is a beautiful, beautiful place, and inside is just really remarkable.
I have been there. Actually, my wedding reception was there, but it wasn't that building. It was the old
original
building with the giant animal heads on the wall and everything. But it's still a
Neat
great place.
Yeah.
And now it's absolutely gorgeous.
It is.
Yeah. The next item we have, this makes me think of when my kids were little. My husband's parents had a little red car, and it was one of those motorized cars that I would never, as a parent, have sprung for. But for grandparents, it was perfect. And they lived out in the country, and those kids would drive around. Every grandkid has memories of the little red car. I'll tell you what, it was not a Jaguar. This little baby is a Jaguar. It's pretty sweet.
Ride in style.
Yeah, and not only can, if they're really little and you don't want to throw them the keys, you can operate it remotely, so the parents can drive. And this donation comes from Susan Wallert, so that's pretty fun.
All right, well, thank you, Susan. Up next, we have kind of another neat thing. Many people in Dubuque have heard about the famed Al Capone suite at the Julian, and this is your opportunity to check it out. So the package includes a one-night stay in the two-bedroom Al Capone suite, along with a 5-course wine dinner for 8 at Caroline's in the private dining room, and a 1-year Potosi Spa membership. And this comes to us, special thanks to Tony Foll and the group down at Hotel Julian Dubuque.
I love their food. I think Caroline's has great food. I love that. I mean, everything about the Julian. It's just lovely.
It is.
It's a gem. Let's see. I've got chef's dinner. So this would be in your own home for 10 people, and it's 4 courses, each paired with wine. And this is from the chefs of Hy-Vee in Dubuque. So I got to give a shout out to Hy-Vee. I'm a big Hy-Vee shopper, and I know we all have friends and plenty of Holy Family parents and students who are working there. And I know those folks are working so hard to keep the supply chain flowing, to keep their shelves stocked, to keep everybody safe. And they're just a huge player in managing this crisis. So hats off to everybody at Hy-Vee.
And they're doing it, and it's maybe cliche, but Hy-Vee's, a helpful smile in every aisle.
Yeah,
and even
they
in
really
times like we are experiencing, people are still giddy, they're still smiling, and they get it. They understand people are freaked out and scared, and they're just there to help as they would any other day. So certainly props to the staff at all the Hy-Vee locations here in town for doing what you do. Well, I have an exciting package to talk about. The Iowa Hawkeye basketball team, which got robbed this year of probably winning the national championship. I think they were good enough to do that, but we will never know. We can dare to dream. But most of that team will be back, and we get Jordan Bohannon back next year too. You can actually see Riley Till, Wahlert alum, still on the team. So we'll have 4 tickets to an Iowa basketball game for the school year next year, along with transportation on the Bud Bus. I've had an opportunity to be on that bus. Amazing time. So
Fun things happen on the Bud
a
Bus.
lot of things happen on the Bud Bus.
Fun things.
Yes, they certainly do.
What happens on the Bud Bus
stays on the Bud Bus.
Stays
on the Bud Bus. But yes, so this package will allow you to head to a game. Again, the transportation to and from the game will be on the Bud Bus. I'm certain with 7G that there will be beverages included in that. And again, they're 4 club tickets, so we're not talking about sitting in the nosebleeds. We're going to get right up there in front, center court. And the game in which you will choose will be mutually agreed upon. I believe they're the Steel's tickets. So talking to Mike and Susan about what game you're interested in going to, but we'll get you there.
Yeah.
I'm being told it looks like.
Oh my gosh, we have a new number.
We have a new number.
Drum roll.
Let's talk about that, Amy.
Wow, we are now, our Fund a Cause has already gone over 165,000. So we are getting really close. That's awesome.
We have raised a whole lot of money here in less than 50 minutes. So that is incredible. $165,300. Again, we are, I see Ron Myers' name up there, Principal Myers. So thanks for helping us out and for investing in the cause that is Holy Family Catholic Schools. Again, we've got the $200,000 goal. We're going to continue to try to get that. It'd be awesome if we could get it here in the next, 10, 15 minutes or so. But there will be an opportunity to continue Fund a Cause later tonight and through the next couple days, and we'll be able to report, hopefully once we reach that $200,000 goal here in the next day or so.
Well, the neat thing about this is, maybe we're reaching some alums that don't live here and aren't ever able to come to the event, but, tuned in to check it out and are seeing some familiar names and are willing to help us out and to contribute and be part of this, because
we think about some of the snowbirds even who, typically are enjoying this, nice, beautiful weather in Arizona or, maybe out in Palm Springs or down in Fort Myers, Naples area, where they're typically not able to participate in Circle, in the same way that you and I have been in the past. And certainly tonight, by going virtual here, allows them the opportunity to do that. So certainly want to thank all of you who are joining us, not just from the tri-state area here, but far beyond that as well.
So, and just a reminder too, Andy and I aren't going to be here too much longer, but the bidding's going to continue. So for the silent auction, the bidding will be open till 8:30 tonight, and you can make it easier on yourself and just set a max bid, and then it'll automatically bid for you. So I know I'm gonna go home and throw down a few bids.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get another chance on that Peloton bike. It's something I really want. I think it's interesting with the Peloton thing. They mentioned so many of the athletes that are normally going to their team's facilities and working out every day are obviously not able to do that. So they said that a lot of people are doing the Peloton bike. So I'll feel like a professional athlete. I can feel like a professional athlete. Get the Peloton bike. My lifelong dream was to be a YouTube sensation. Tonight that became a reality. My kids are jealous, so it's just everything is just falling into place here for sure.
Yeah. Well, and I've heard people joke about the COVID-15, meaning like the freshman 15 of college, that when you're home and everybody's feeling a little bit sorry for themselves and you want to support the local restaurants, you might need to hop on the Peloton once in a while, because
I'm having dessert after breakfast every day of the week.
It's not been good. And going coffee all day and wine all night. Yeah, how many nights in a row can you do that? We're going to pay for it.
We will eventually. So when we are able to get out, I'm sure we will see more people running on Grandview than we have ever seen before.
Yep, that's right.
So we're kind of wrapping up here. We do want to encourage you to continue to visit the website, holyfamilydbq.org/cybercircle. Again, we will have an opportunity till 8:30, I believe, to bid on those auction items. So still a couple hours, 2.5 hours to do that.
Till noon tomorrow on the chance board, so we have a while for that. And then Fund a Cause we'll just leave open, because really that's kind of the key here. I think it'd be as much fun as it would be to win a Peloton. The important thing here is getting that money for Holy Family faculty and staff, the people who inspire us and inspire our kids every day and are helping shape the lives of our children. I mean, it doesn't get more important than that. I always say one of the most important decisions you make is who you choose to care for your kids. And we don't always get to choose our kids' teachers, but we're pretty lucky here because it's it's a jackpot. There's just so many wonderful teachers out there, and Fund a Cause is our opportunity to give something back to them and to show their appreciation.
We have been truly blessed. I mean, I'm in the same boat. We don't get a chance to pick our students' teachers, but I don't know that I could have picked a better teacher for either of my kids to have, and all the way through. It's not even just the teachers, it's the counselors, it's the coaches, it's all the extracurricular activities. My son had the opportunity this year to participate in Lego League, and the team from Calm Kills, got to go to the state competition, and Miss Malcolm, all the extra time that she put in to make sure that those kids were prepared to go and compete at the state level. I think about things like that, and just knowing the love that they have for our kids. I mean, it's remarkable. And they're doing it because it's what they want to do. As you said, that they're called to do that. They have a passion for it, and we are just so blessed here in the Holy Family Catholic School System to have so many people who just give a darn and are able to do that, to show up every day, to work, to help shape lives. And as we kind of talked about earlier with Miss Wrestler and some of the others, that never goes away. The relationship that the impact that they were able to have with us at this critical time in our lives. Now that we're many, many years older, I think we can finally appreciate what that meant to us then and certainly now, and to be able to have our kids go through that same
Yeah.
thing is just really, really special.
One of the reasons I wanted to send my kids to Catholic schools, and one of my favorite experiences having grown up in Catholic schools, was that you didn't just know your classmates, you knew their whole family, you know, and I mean, we did that Dubuque thing. I said, who's your parents, who's your sister, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do, and I see that with my own kids, you know, they know whole families. Jim Nudi's sitting over there, he's helping out tonight, and I know everybody in his family, you know, and I know even some of his siblings and, you know, in-laws and their kids, and I mean, family is the operative word here, and it's been good to my family, and I know it has been good to many of yours, so this is a big night for Holy Family, and we didn't get to do this the way we wanted to do it because of everything that's going on in our world today, but we do have an opportunity to make this really special.
We do. And so as we get ready to kind of part ways tonight, again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We know we had, you know, hundreds of people watching over the course of the night, you know, kind of popping in, popping out. And you know, certainly we'll have the opportunity to have a much bigger crowd the next time we do this. You know, we talked about the whole family thing, and Holy Family is one giant family. Tonight it was, you know, kind of a, you know, brother-sister sort of situation we had going on here, but we know that we were joined by many people throughout the night in various places, and hopefully this is the first and last Cyber Circle.
Yep. Hopefully next year we're all back at Grand River Center and Jeff Vossen's buying us all drinks.
That very well could be the case. So again, we want to thank everybody. Continue to interact, to do those social posts if you can. Show us what you're having for dinner. I understand that Zoe will eventually be able to tell us, you know, select a winner, and we will have that on Facebook, as well as tomorrow. Make sure that we tune in at 1 o'clock. So we have the winners. We will announce the winners of the chance boards at that time. So
read the tote board there, Andy.
168,000 we're up to now?
Yeah.
Oh man, we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
Really close.
And again, there's still an opportunity to continue to drive that number up. So 160, that's an incredible amount of money in that short amount of time.
The other thing, folks should share something on Facebook about this, because for the people who, you know, haven't been with us the last hour, well, you know, they'll be scrolling through Facebook later, and they'll still have a chance to jump in and catch part of this and get in on some of the fun and some of the
buy the chances and support the teachers through Fund a Cause. Absolutely. So, well, I think that's going to bring us to the end. I'm sure that many people have enjoyed this hour away from Tiger King, but soon we'll be jumping back into Joe Exotic. So from all of us here, I guess, at Holy Family Catholic Schools,
thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, and we'll
being
see
here.
you next time. Enjoy your night.